Days of Our Lives spoilers. Unraveling Kristen's 4 shocking moves and the new schemes ahead. Days of Our Lives spoilers and updates indicate that Kristen DiMera, Stacey Hayduk, has 4 exciting plans in store. Her rescue will lead to fresh schemes, a surge of power, and much more. Let's discuss what lies ahead for her once she is liberated alongside the other captives. Kristen makes a desperate plea to her brother Peter. To begin with, Days recently unveiled a tantalizing sneak peek video that gives us a glimpse of Kristen desperately pleading for what seems to be her brother's forgiveness. In the footage, we can see her making her way to the hospital where an enraged Peter Blake, Dan Gauthier, is lying in a hospital bed. And she appears to be making a heartfelt, tear-filled appeal. Although the specifics of how Kristen might double-cross Peter remain a mystery, it's clear that he will carry a grudge for some time. Therefore, Kristen will need to do quite a bit of earnest groveling if she hopes to mend her relationship with Peter in the weeks ahead. Kristen tries to get Rachel released from Bayview. Kristen will also be exonerated for shooting E.J. DiMera, Dan Feuerriegel, but this won't bring her joy as she discovers that Rachel Black, Alice Halsey, has regained full memory. Rachel ended up at Bayview after Brady Black, Eric Martsolf, learned she attempted to harm Sarah Horton, Lindsay Godfrey, and shot E.J., so Kristen will receive updates about this troubling situation. While Kristen will ultimately insist on her daughter's release and urge for Rachel to return home as soon as possible, Marlena Evans, Deidre Hall, will advise that Rachel remain in confinement for a longer period. Sadly, this could provide Sophia Choi, Rachel Boyd, with more opportunities to manipulate Rachel into following her commands, meaning this time at Bayview might be causing more damage than good. Kristen schemes to reunite with Brady. Kristen might be mad at Brady for letting Rachel come to Bayview, but she will likely calm down later. Brady is doing his best in tough times, so Kristen may feel some sympathy for him. Likewise, Brady might have mixed feelings about Kristen, who took the blame for EJ's shooting and ended up in Statesville. Even though he dislikes the secrets, Brady may get why Kristen wants to protect their daughter. She could have hoped for a future with Brady, leading her to plan for their reunion. Meanwhile, Days spoilers reveal that Kristen will toast with Gwen Von Leuskner, Emily O'Brien, to celebrate getting what they want, which likely includes Brady for Kristen as usual. Kristen plots to take over DiMera as CEO. There's a strong possibility that Kristen will also scheme for a DiMera CEO takeover. Once she is free from any criminal charges, it could open the door for her to attempt to secure Theo Carver's, Tyler Joseph Andrews, top position. With Theo facing a hospital crisis, Days spoilers indicate that Kristen might seize this opportunity. If Theo ends up in a coma or requires time to recuperate, Kristen could present herself as the interim CEO and aim to make that role permanent. Days of Our Lives spoilers suggest that Kristen may undertake these 4 outrageous actions and more, so keep watching. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with DOOL right now. Come back here often for Days of Our Lives spoilers, news, and updates. Salem has survived 1,000 storms, sins, secrets, and schemes that would flatten any ordinary town. But Salem is not ordinary, and neither are the people who call it home. Among them stands one woman whose name alone can strike fascination, fear, and fury, Kristen DiMera. When Kristen returns, she never simply reappears. She erupts, leaving a trail of chaos that almost always leads back to the DiMera mansion, and to the broken hearts of those unlucky enough to cross her path. This time, though, even longtime Salem residents aren't prepared. Kristen's latest return brings 4 shocking moves that will send the town into a storm of suspicion, betrayal, and unexpected alliances. And as her new schemes unfold, every character soon learns that with Kristen, nothing is ever what it seems. Move number 1. The secret ally no one saw coming. It begins on a fog-draped evening with a familiar screech of tires rolling up to the DiMera gates. Rumors swirl before the engine even cools. Is Kristen back? What does she want now? But the gossip mill has underestimated her badly. Kristen isn't alone. Shortly after her return, a mysterious figure is spotted following her into the mansion, someone the staff whispers about but refuses to name. Salem's greatest detective minds, Rafe, Jada, even Chad, start sniffing around, but the trail is too clean, too intentional. Kristen seems to want them to notice, but only just enough to distract them from the truth. Eventually, audiences learn what Salem doesn't. Kristen's new ally is someone presumed gone, a person whose fall from grace was so spectacular that no one believed they would ever work with a DiMera again. This partner is clever, cunning, and perhaps more important, desperate. Kristen didn't choose them for loyalty. She chose them because they owe her deeply and dangerously. And because together they hold the key to something new, a plan that reaches far beyond family feuds or petty revenge. This is a strategic alliance, and Salem has no idea what's coming. Move number 2. A manipulation so personal it shakes a fan-favorite couple. Kristen thrives on chaos, but this time she takes aim at something painfully intimate, a romance beloved in every corner of Salem. No relationship, no matter how sturdy, can withstand a full Kristen offensive. Her target? A couple who recently clawed their way back to love despite the city's endless obstacles. Their happiness, while hard-earned, makes them vulnerable. Kristen knows exactly how to wedge herself between them, creating fissures so tiny they appear harmless at first. She begins with small gestures, a cryptic message delivered by mistake, an item planted in the wrong purse, a overheard conversation taken wildly out of context. But these breadcrumbs are merely warm-ups. Her real blow comes when she uses her secret ally to feed a devastating lie, one so convincing, so emotionally precise, that even the strongest bonds begin to bend. Jealousy rises. Trust falters. A single misunderstanding blossoms into nights spent on opposite sides of the bed, icy silence in the kitchen, and tear-stained confrontations in Horton Town Square. Kristen watches with satisfaction from a distance, knowing she has lit the match and allowed the flames to spread. But this isn't just mischief. This manipulation serves a deeper purpose, one that ties directly into her endgame. The couple she's targeting doesn't yet realize it, but Kristen is setting the stage for a major power shift, one that could alter the DiMera family forever. Move number 3. The DiMera recruit nobody expected. The DiMera dynasty is powerful, dark, and endlessly complicated. Alliances change like the weather, loyalty is currency, betrayal is routine. Kristen knows she cannot operate alone, not when her plans require influence inside the company, someone with reach, resources, and the ability to shift boardroom dynamics with a single signature. So she recruits a new DiMera soldier. But it's not Stefan. Not EJ. Not even Chad.